Welcome to Inside My Kitchen. I'm Chef Bradley Miller of the Inn of 7th Ray, and this is the vacuum sealer. All right, so I'm going to show you the vacuum sealer. First thing you need to get, these are bags that are specifically made for sous vide. It doesn't have any BPAs and it won't leach out into the food. Basically, these are the best you can get. They're not that expensive, but they can be pricey if you're going to be vacuum sealing a lot. So first thing you want to do is you want to get yourself a bag. For what I'm doing, I need a medium bag. And what sous vide is the process of cooking something in a circular bath. But for this process right now, I'm just going to compress it. What I'm going to use is this machine to compress the apple, take the cell walls and compress it down. And I'm going to use a little bit of this sparkling apple cider to get a little more apple flavor into the apples. So it's going to be kind of a super apple flavored. And it's going to compress it. It's going to make it look cool, and it's going to have more flavor in the apple. First thing you want to do is you want to get your bag. You want to cut up your apples, equal sizes, preferably. A typical vacuum sealer for a kitchen, they come in a wide range of sizes and strengths. But for the one we have, this is about $2,600. It's about $2,600. There's ones you can buy now that you can buy commercially for your home unit, and they're about maybe $200. But I mean, for anything you're going to do at home, you really don't need this level of vacuum sealer. This is for basically if you're going to be sealing all day long, every day, and having basically all kinds of stuff going on with it. The best type of sealer is basically whatever you're going to be using it for. We use the mini pack because what it does is it gets a nice tight seal, and you can set it to different pressure gauges where it will super suck up and really compress whatever you need to compress. And this is just basically organic sparkling apple cider. My favorite thing to do with the vacuum sealer is basically vacuum seal meats, just so we can sous vide them for service, and it makes the meats really tender. And by vacuum sealing and then cooking them in the sous vide bath, because we get to marinate them. And basically, when you vacuum seal, the marinade or the juices from the marinade go inside the meat, and it really flavors it well. So just for these apples, what you want to do is you want to put it in here. But this is going to seal right here, and this is what seals. This is the first seal, and this is the second seal that cuts the top off. What you want to do is you want to find out where you're going to be. You don't want to be level. You want to be a little under level. So you take these out. You basically never ever want to cover up this one little part right here. This is what sucks all the oxygen out and compresses it. So this never needs to be covered, so you never want to have food in front of this. But you want to get it as tight to this level as possible, and then you tuck this in right here. And then you want to line this strip up. You want to make sure the strip is flush with the plastic. And basically this vacuum sealer has different levels. We like to do P1. There's different program 2, program 3. We do program 1 because 1 has the most pressure from when we're compressing whatever we need to compress, for this instance, the apples. And then you want to press down and press the green button, and it's going to vacuum seal. I started using this method of sous vide. I've actually been doing it for a long time, probably since 2005, 2004 maybe. And it was at the time it was a very new process. But now almost every, I would say fine dining, but not even fine dining, everyone's using it. I heard Chipotle is going to start using sous vide machines because it's actually, it's a better way to do things. It keeps the food longer. It keeps a precise cooking temperature, and it's the exact same temp you want it to be every single time. It's almost foolproof once you learn how to use it. So what we usually do with this is compact. This is compressed apples, and it has the juice in there. If you can see, it's already starting to be a little translucent, and that is from the liquid being inside. And what happens is it compresses so hard that the cell walls already started to squeeze together. So that's why it's already compressed. Now what we do is we usually let this sit overnight, nice cold temperatures. you'll come out and they'll have like the most apple flavor. And what we'll do with these big portions right here is we'll take them and we'll cut them up into little baby small cubes, and we use them for part of an intermezzo we do. Intermezzo is just basically the course you get before your entrees to kind of cleanse your palate. So these will be cut up into basically small dices, and they'll be paired with some, we usually do a cucumber sorbet and a little bit of honeydew. And you just wash that down, and it gets paired with a little bit of the sparkling cider. On our current menu, we happen to sous vide, I would say, a good 90% of our menu. The meats, at least, are sous vide. The other 10% would probably be the salmon. We don't sous vide. The salmon is actually pan roasted. The cod is also pan seared, so we don't use that. But pretty much everything else, all of our beef, our lamb, pork product, basically almost that's all sous vide. Used on the under pressure machine, we're using the vacuum sealer, and then into the thermocircular, which right here, this is the 48-hour lamb belly right here. And this is day one. We started this last night at 10:30. And if you can see how the machine is basically rotating the water, constantly getting distributed the same amount of heat in the package. So it's actually cooking in the package and evenly. And that's what the machine does. And right here is where you adjust your temperatures. And like I said before, we like to use Celsius because you give a more exact temp than Fahrenheit. Thank you for coming inside my kitchen. I'm Chef Bradley Miller of the In the Seventh Ray, and that was the Vacuum Sealer.